in Belgium with all the stops included, but not the itinerary. What I already did was jump to the first stop and add this first way here. And then I jump to the last stop. And just for showing what it would normally do, if the itinerary is not yet known, there are many other lines with a reference to 92, and it can base itself on those to propose a solution. But it won't do that if I take this way as the end way, because that way is not in these other route relations. But this is just for demo. What it's doing now is downloading around each stop. It's downloading in a bbox all the suitable highways. That can be some reason it needs to update that. Okay. Yeah. So it starts here at this station. It finds that the only thing that a bus can do here is follow these ways. So it won't be following those because that's one way. And then here at this point, there is a choice to make. We want to go there, so the choice is the green one, number 1. Okay. Here again. So this is like turn by turn. And for a new line, you would have to do it like that. So here there are 3 possibilities. Take option 1 again. Here we have to zoom out a bit to check. Yeah, we want to go straight on. So straight on is option 1. And again, option 1. And then it can add several ways in one go because there is only one possibility up to this point. But obviously we want to take option number 1 again. Okay, so this is the normal way for a new route relation. Now I'm going to stop it by pressing escape. If escape doesn't work, then you have to click here to make sure in where nothing is selected, and then do 1 to escape. That should work. I'm going to keep those ways, but this last way is not right. So that one, I'm going to change it now by a way that's in these other route relations. So now if I ask for a solution, it comes with a full solution right away. So then we have to check the stops are here. So definitely on this, not on this green one. So either red, blue, or yellow. Here on blue I have some stops as well. So I think we better take blue, even though this appendix here is not used by this line, but there are some other lines that use it. So blue is a good candidate. Not exactly. Here we need red. So let's choose red. And then all that we are missing are these 2 stops here. So I'm going to choose the red solution. And now I have an instant route relation. Going from one city to another. Because mostly it was already mapped here. It's going around this roundabout. Yeah, sorry. So, here it's doing the right thing too. This is also this is also quite complex what it's doing here to serve that station there in the koopcentrum. So the commercial center. Okay. What we're missing is this here. So I'm going to cut out that way I don't even have to go and look for it in the route relation. I can simply use this button and it will be gone. Okay, and then I'm telling it that I want it to also pass on this way. That I better do in the proper order though. So that I'm going to add here. And then I'm going to start the functionality again. Fortunately, it's also doing the download again. So that's something that still needs to be resolved. So it only does a download around the points where there is where the continuity is broken and stops that are possibly not served. Okay, so now it's proposing turn by turn how to get from this white way that's in the route relation to this gray way that's also in the route relation. Option 1, there is only one possibility, good. And then to get back from this one that's now white to that gray one, also option 1. Yeah, that's good. If I had chosen as a route relation that had this appendix hanging on it, which is not needed because those stops are not served in this variation of the itinerary, then I would have had to select this way, find it here, and delete everything that's behind those two ways. And this way, that would have been there twice in that case. Yeah, that's it. So the route relation is already fully mapped now. Maybe we can have look at another one. So let's see what this one is. It's more or less the same. So let's try to see what it's going to do in that case. This time I'll take that way right away. Then have a quick look at the stops. There are 42 stops. So they're highlighted in blue, so that's really convenient. Whereas the route itself is highlighted in purple once it's itinerary. I mean, here, this one is going over there. Let's see what it's going to propose. If I do this, calling it the routing helper. There. So, option 2 seems good because it needs to pass there. Option. Here is the blue option. So here we would need the red option, there we would need the blue option, and here the red option. Okay. So let's go for the red option. Again, instant route relation. What I meant before is if we don't need this appendix, we can go and look for this way that's in the route relation twice, that one, and then cut out everything that's in between by deleting it, and then it would be gone. In this case, it's not what we want to do. In this case, we want to remove this part here, which comes later, and then add that part. If this would have been more than one way, then there is the edge selection mode, which would have selected more than one way in one go. Show that. I do it here one way. Here we have four ways in between two forks, in between two places where it splits. So that's convenient, but now we don't really need it, so we do S again. So that's it. Now we have instantly mapped this route relation, which is infinitely faster than what I have been doing before, like maybe 2 years ago. Let's see if we have more. Let's have a look at this one. This one is doing something totally different. It's going from Hama. It's going south, okay. So from here to there. And let's see what it proposes. So this is the other direction. Okay, it's a bit odd. It's not so serving those. It's in the blue version. It's serving those which are part of the red relation. So blue is a good option. Red definitely not. So blue seems to be a good solution, except that it's not passing there. Okay, no problem. So we're going to select blue. And then at this point, I'm going to add one of these ways. That one comes before, that one comes after, and I'm going to start the helper again. Now it knows that it has to go from this to that way, so it's proposing to pass by these ways, so that seems good. It's also fetching that from another route relation, so instantly it added all these ways in between there, and now it's proposing to get back there again one. Sometimes doesn't react right away. Yeah, there. So now it added all these ways very quickly. All that. So yeah, actually, if I'm going to select it, it's not even going to do justice because some of those ways are in there twice. 16 ways, but some of them are in there twice. So yeah. So that's it. So I think this is almost revolutionary advancement in the working of this PT assistant. So I think this is going to be really nice to be working with. What is a bit strange here? I know it's fine. So it's serving stops that are on the south side of the street here. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. Thank you. Bye.